All right, so welcome everybody. We're now in our week 4 of e-learning. This week we're moving into Unit 6, the executive branch, and technically we're just going to cover what we need to in 1 week. So everything we learned this week is about the executive branch. Oops, went too far. I wanted to show you the big picture of U.S. government honors and the schedule for the rest of the year, since we are now 100% going to be e-learning. And I thought it was important to see the big picture because I have quite a few seniors here, and your last day is May 15th. So you'll see that on the 8th of May is we will technically be done with the course. And then we'll just have like the week of May 11th through May 15th. I'm calling it a catch-up week. I won't assign anything new except for the notebook quiz, which the notebook quizzes always cover the week prior. So it'll be no new information that week, so everybody can kind of catch up, make sure seniors have got all their work in before their last day. The only last thing you'll have to take is that notebook quiz. And then after seniors are gone, the rest of us will continue to work on a few little other things that are required for an honors course. And there's one final writing, which deals with the president, and then mostly about the president's elections, which we've already gone over, but this little writing assignment that we'll do on the week of the 18th of May. And then with the final week, which is normally, our finals, we have a little Kahoot challenge that's kind of like a test with a follow-up with our final notebook quiz. So that's what the rest of our course looks like. So each week going forward, as we've always been doing, I have Pearson Realize activities for you to complete. And I will post the Word document to help you organize your notes from the Pearson activities. This is following our normal belly up on the odd page, then take your notes on the even page, and then finalize with our belly down on the odd page, which is always going to be our vocabulary that you turn in. We're going to continue to do a weekly vocab. Sometimes this week is big because there's a lot of vocab that we're learning for this week for the president and the executive branch. And then sometimes it will be a little less, like we did with the legislative branch, since we'll take 2 weeks to do the judicial branch. And then we have our weekly notebook quiz. And remember that notebook quiz is always from the week prior's notes. And I always give you directions that clarify, make sure you have out, this particular vocab and those particular notes so that you will get a good grade on your open notebook quiz through EDSB. I want to remind you how to contact me if you need anything. If you have any questions about the assignment, questions about how to access something, anything, having any kind of issues, just let me know. I'm here for you. You can always send me an EDSB message. I am sitting in EDSB from 9 a.m. to 3:30 or 9:30 every morning, and from 2:30 to 3 p.m. And technically the school hours are from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Remind text messages, go right to my phone. So no matter what I'm doing or where I'm at, I usually have my phone with me. And don't forget, that's how you can get in contact with those remind messages. So going into this week's lesson, this is the President of the United States roles and powers, which is going to be on our pages 71 and 72 of our notebook. Now, I'm going to have students share their screen here. So this takes me a second. All right, so wanted to show you when you go into EDSB, so I wanted to show you click on here. And this is where you want to start. This link right here will send you to this video that you're watching right now. That's what I'm going to send out on text reminders. This lists out all the activities that you're going to do on Pearson Realize. There are 6 this week, starting out with this little video about these 2 presidents, and that's our like do now activity to get us thinking about the presidency and the executive branch. A video about what it's like to be the president, the roles of the president's benefits, then the president's powers, and then some more practice with the powers. And then the 2 things that you're going to submit this week is the vocabulary and then the notebook quiz. And then here, if you click on this here, this is what is the guided notes to help you through the Pearson Realize activities. Everything that's bolded here is the new activity to do. And you want to go in this order. I think that's the most logistical, the most organized way to do it. And then this 1.6 vocabulary here, you can download a separate document that's only that, or you can do it within all this and submit this to EDSB. Now, as you see, when you submit things, you're going to hit the submit button. This is where you could download it if you need to. Make sure your answers, you just click on this button here, browse your computer, pull up what you need to, and send it to me. Hit submit again, and that goes right to me. If you make a mistake, if you notice I say, hey, that's not the right activity, you can go through this process all over again. Now let's take a look at Pearson Realize again, because some of you have been having issues. So you want to click on this one. There is both of these. This one you can access the textbook if you wanted to go back and read through things instead of doing the videos and the activities that I give you. But when you click on here, you might have, especially my seniors, have multiple classes. Make sure you go down to U.S. Government. And you click on the Magruder there, and then it shows you the classes. It'll show you that, on the Friday, what items are due. And again, it's not in the right order. That's where you want to have that EDSB document pulled up so that you're starting with my story, the Ronald Reagan piece. And I gave you some information here of what to do. I even say, this is on your page 71, this is your do now. What you're going to do is, as you watch this video, which qualities of a president do you like best? Do you like what you see they tell you about Roosevelt, or do you rather like what they say about Reagan? And explain your answer why. Know that when you click on these videos or activities, once you finish through it, you can fast forward, you can do what you want with that. And you click the button on the side here, that lets you know that you're done. That's the way you could complete the work. If you don't hit that green check button, then I see this little blue mark that says you're in progress. But if you click that green arrow, that green check mark rather, that's showing that you've completed it. When you're done with those, you just go back, go to the next thing. The next one is looking at the video, what is it like to be president? Which again is just that one dude talking that he's been in all the videos. These interactive charts, like this interactive chart is the third thing that you're going to do. And I'll show you a little preview of this. For you to be able to know which one's this, some of you might have some common sense and know, or you might remember from your 7th grade civics and know what things would match up. But when you watch that video and take your notes, I have chief of state, chief legislator, chief diplomat, commander-in-chief, and chief executive are in your vocab chart. And it makes you easy for you to check your, to match them up. Then know that once you've hit it all and you filled them up, this little check answers is grayed out right now. Once these are all filled in, you can hit check your answers and it'll let you know if you have 100% or if you're missing some. And you kind of just play around with it till you get it all right. You can always skip ahead And these are some key questions that you might see on your notebook quiz next week for notebook quiz 5, because I usually use these questions in those notebook quizzes. So for those that are doing bad on the notebook quizzes, take better notes, write down the answers to these things that you do in Pearson Realize. Or if you're not doing Pearson Realize, then that's the problem. And if you're having problems getting into it, we can do a private Zoom and we can show you how to get into there on your computer. So that's Pearson Realize. Remember, you're going to submit that vocab. You're going to take that test when it opens up. I meant to get it open before I went and did this video so that you can do that. Notice, see, like on this here, you can resubmit things if you need to. You go down the feed here, and that's where you can see all the assignments we've ever done. This is where your quiz would say if you had a retry, if you wanted to. Sometimes I open that up for specific people, but anybody's welcome to if it's available, just so you know. If you did bad on a quiz, just know that your new score is what we'll take into EDSB, even if it's worse. So if you got a 9 out of 10, don't try for a 10 out of 10 if you haven't done that quiz in a week, unless you have your notes in front of you. So just want to remind you guys that I'm here for you. Just the EDSB or text message away. You guys be safe, stay well, and have a great week. It's a nice short 4-day week for you guys. Have a good one.